coming back home, that was a planned timeline, so to speak. I moved back home in 2016 and then started at UTS as a section manager for customer service, which was again taking me back to that experience of, dealing with people, except now I was managing people.
Yeah.
Which, managing personalities, anyone who's ever been like, there's a reason I tell people, not everyone can be a manager.
That is very true.
Not everyone can be a CEO.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. I think, it sounds tough to hear, but there's a reason, there's studies for this, and that people, and sometimes even the study does not help because, it's really something that intrinsically is a part of you.
Yeah. It needs to be part of your personality. Yes. And it's something that, some people along the way, they'll start to hit brick walls even when they get into those positions.
Yes.
And it's also one of those things where you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, this is maybe not for me.
Maybe not.
We also know that there's many people that unfortunately don't get to the point of looking in the mirror and accepting it's not for me.
They don't own a mirror. I think. I think at that point they don't own one because might not be. I don't know.
All right. They don't own a mirror. We'll go with that one. But yeah, it's definitely not an easy thing. I know for myself since I started my business and was a sole entrepreneur for the first 5 years, from the very first moment that I started to hire real staff, things changed drastically.
Yeah.
And then there were many moments I had to look myself in the mirror and at some point also think okay, do I actually want this?
Yeah.
Because this is different.
Yeah, no, it's tough because you learn very quickly where they say, don't expect everyone to work like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
100%.
that is the number one piece of advice that I've taken, and that was told to me by my manager at Sinesta Maho, actually, Bernard Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so frustrated. I was frustrated because people were not moving fast enough and such. And I said, I just don't understand. It's so simple. And he's like, it's simple
for you.
He says, a word of advice. Do not expect people to work like you. And when you do find persons who can work like you, hold on to them like a bear.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be very rare and few in between. And he said, but he said that's the beauty of it. He said sometimes people like you need people to, hey, relax, take it easy, calm down. But then at the same time, people like that need someone like me to say, no, we got to get this done now. And
let's go.
Instill that sense of urgency, So I think it's and I learned you have to learn a lot of patience as well to realize that. And especially when you work with older persons in this very technological world.
Yeah.
I've become, everywhere I go, I'm tech support for persons who may not know, even in Parliament, I could tell you. So it's the funniest thing. But for me, I'm I rather people learn how to use the devices around them and that they can do it on their own, because that's also a sense of fulfillment that you get.